Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you a very exciting game, especially for some StarCraft 2 fans. This is a recent Brood War ladder match up at the top of the ladder between the Boss Toss, MC, and one of the most celebrated StarCraft 2 players of all time, HyuN. So this is kind of an insane match to find here in Brood War, honestly. Now, obviously, both these guys started out as Brood War pros, then they went to StarCraft 2. MC became one of the most legendary, important players of all time, a two-time GSL champion, won countless tournaments around the world. And, you know, even recently, played in the Gamers 8 Legends tournament and took that down. He has been playing a lot of Brood War lately, and he's extremely, extremely good. One thing I want to mention for people, I like to point this out because no one really remembers him from the Brood War days before StarCraft 2, but literally the season before he switched into StarCraft 2, MC was one map off of qualifying for MSL and one map off of qualifying for OSL. So he was literally on the brink of being a double star leaguer. Right, so that's incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. His ID was Iron Cal. You can go look him up if you like. And yeah, HyuN, of course, he's been a well-known Zerg for forever in StarCraft 1, and of course had that great career. They're both very, very active, as I mentioned. So it should be a fun game to see how these old StarCraft 2 rivals are going to fare against each other in very modern day StarCraft 1. We're on La Campanella. And yeah, I mean, this is a very fun map. We've seen this a lot. It's on the ladder right now. It's in ASL right now. MC harassing a little bit with his probe, just trying to block the hatchery, be as annoying as is possible for a little bit. And while we kind of wait for this game to pick up, I do want to thank you guys for checking out ArtosisCasts. Please do make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button, and of course, I always appreciate the comments, the likes on the video as well. It takes you like 1 second to do, and it really does help. So thanks. We've had a lot more of those lately. So yeah, really enjoying this, and I don't know. I'm just excited to see how this game goes down. I've played actually both these guys on the ladder. Well, MC only once or twice, but HyuN I've played like 100 times on the ladder. Well, it feels that way, but it's probably closer to like 10. But yeah, they're both incredibly strong. I haven't seen MC's Protoss vs. Zerg at all. I've seen plenty of his Protoss vs. Terran in StarCraft 1 since he's returned, but haven't really seen it here. So we'll see. It is a Forge expansion that he's opened up with. His probe harass has been really good so far. Should be feeling good about slowing the hatchery down a little bit, getting really quality scouting intel. He sees the timing of the gas. I think he knows that the third base is up here as well. He might even duck in there to check it out and just double reconfirm where it's at. And in these close spawns, I actually wonder, right? Because La Campanella is kind of a funny map, right? Where you have these expansions that are like kind of hidden in the back. Of course, you could, like, let's see MC, once you mine out this mineral patch, right? It only takes a couple minutes. Or you can hop a probe. You can come down here and expand, and it's hard to attack, but you can hit the geyser with Hydras, right? Or, of course, if you have mutas or something, you can attack as well. But I do wonder in these close spawns if that's going to be a strategy that MC ends up employing. Right now, MC going back with the probe, trying to get a scout, but he actually ends up dying. So HyuN's going to be happy about that because it looks like he's going for a 3-hatch Hydra build. So he'll start Hydralisk speed very quickly. He'll utilize these Zerglings to try to make sure no more scouts come out, and then try to hit with a massive amount of Hydralisks. And if he can get up there without really being detected, the odds of MC having enough defense to stop him is very, very low. This is probably the strongest rush that there is in the game, and it's something. It's just like 3-hatch Hydra is used at all levels of play consistently. Like, it's not like you just see one in an ASL season. You should see probably 3-4 3-hatch Hydra builds in an ASL season, which is pretty high, right? It's such a regular build. Now, MC sneaks in with the probe. He sees the Hydral's den. He knows what's going on. He can count the drones and see that this is, in fact, going to be 3-hatch Hydra, where like 1 or 2 drones off of the exact amount that you want as HyuN. Ooh, Ooh, MC gets one of the drones. You know, even killing a single drone here is really, really nice. Trying to run these Zealots back to get them into a better defensive position against these Lings. Oh, beautiful micro there from MC, as expected from the boss toss. Oh, man. Very, very good. Look at how much he actually whittles it down. He gets the drone. He gets a lot of Lings. He gets a ton of scouting intel. And now he just needs to make sure he has enough cannons. Another Zealot going to be sent out. The Overlord does see this, but you don't know if HyuN is looking. I imagine he did see that. But that's going to be something you want to look out for. This is going to try to counterattack later on. Corsair going after the Overlord. You do want to kill off close by Overlords in case you end up going into a Dark Templar, because then you can just walk out with it if there's no Overlord nearby. Now, the 4th cannon is almost done here. The Zealot walking out to its death. Sometimes you do this anyways, just to buy time for the extra cannon to get up. And with these 2 cannons here, it's actually, he'll be able to pick the gate off pretty easily, but this is going to be a very hard forge to kill. I think he'll probably be able to finish his +1 melee attack. We'll see about that, though. Now, double Corsair coming out, trying to poke these Overlords a little bit. HyuN gonna end up losing one. Going up to 6 cannons for MC. Gonna throw another pylon down. He does want to start adding gateways pretty soon. Let's take a look back at home to see, is this going to be a rush that just continues forward? Ooh, a bunch of drones actually rallied. It looks like he's microing up here. Oh, he is going to be able to get this. Okay, so gets that range upgrade pretty quickly on these Hydras. So MC going to have to cancel out his +1 attack. He's restarting a forge up here, adding those gateways. You know, he does have the Zealot legs upgrade coming, and that's going to have to be enough for him. You know, it's not like there's a lot of Lings out here, so the +1 attack is not going to be the end of the world that it got canceled, but it is very annoying. The Corsair is getting some good scouting going, right? They see the lair. They know that there's macro hatches and more drones being made. So this was a little bit of like a fake all-in. It certainly was not all-in. You know, he got the Hydralisk speed and range upgrades rather quickly, moved across the map with 7-8 Hydras, busted down some of the wall, and forced a bunch of cannons, which, of course, you don't want to make as Protoss. You want to skip as many as possible. Now, you know, MC does have a lot of cannons, and that'll feel a little bit bad because each cannon could have been a gateway. But at least he's getting a little bit of harassment done with the Corsairs. He knows what's going on. His Zealot legs are done. Templar Archives coming up. Double Forge as his follow-up. I actually really like this as the follow-up. When you play against 3H Hydra and they bust this, because then you have 1-1 at basically the same time you would have had 1-1 before. Obviously, the +1 is a little bit slower. But you have it right around the same time, and then you're going to have 2-2 very quickly, and your ground army is going to be deadly at that point. Those upgrades definitely mean a lot in this matchup. Now, HyuN with another macro hatchery here. 6 hatch Hydra seems to be the order of the day. +1 ranged attacks are being upgraded, as well as Overlord speed here for HyuN. And in fact, he is getting the Lurker upgrade as well. I can see up here on that production tab. As far as MC goes, it looks like we have some High Templars that are being made. A Dark Templar is going to be coming out here as well to try to push around for a little bit of harassment. His Corsairs have done pretty well, honestly, so the DT might find some damage. The Speed Zealot's going to push this little group of Hydras back very quickly. And let's see if they can get any damage done. The SimCity here is pretty darn solid. The egg's kind of in the way. You can see MC coming in, trying to see if there's any way to get in and actually surround these. It doesn't look like it. Pretty big group of Hydras come out. MC can fight pretty evenly against that with this number of Zealots, but quickly HyuN runs back. Now, some of his units get caught, but actually turns around nicely, morphs a Lurker egg here to block, morphs another Lurker egg. Look at this. Triple Lurker egg block. You can't really get in there. There's a little hole that Zealots could get through, but you're not going to do that single file with these Zealots for MC. So MC going to go ahead and walk elsewhere with his Zealots, see if he can find something else later on. He knows, of course, that Lurkers are coming, so that's something he has to watch out for. The robotics has been started right there, as you can see. In the meantime, drop upgrade coming in for HyuN. Very strong, and I think very strong on this map as well, right? Like, if you drop a couple Lurkers here, he has to run the army all the way around to hit them. That could be very annoying to deal with. There is a pylon here, so we might see MC actually warp in a couple cannons here eventually, if he realizes what's going on. Oh! Oh, I'm so glad we caught that. So that's a funny bug that you get sometimes, guys. where if 2 units run into each other from different directions, they will line up with each other and go super speed across the map. It's a pretty rare bug, but it is known. It happens sometimes. That is really unfortunate to lose a lurker at this point. You normally don't see it happen like in a place like this right in front of photon cannons where you're going to lose it. It reminds me of like one of those old Pokemon movies where Pikachu and Raichu run cheek and cheek against each other like when they're battling. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to shut my mouth as these Hydras come down here and push those Zealots back. Kind of funny. I'm so glad we caught that bug. It's just such... It's a classic one. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that before. Leave a comment and let me know. But I've seen that happen plenty of times. I feel like Hydras are the most often units that I see that happen to. But I've seen it happen to all sorts of units. Now, the Hydras, this is a pretty large group of Hydras. The DT does live. It runs away. A good containment going on. Wait, I just... Okay. So... That's what I heard. So the Overlord flew up, took a little bit of damage. He's removing the egg there, so there's a little bit better movement. Drops are ready, so this base could be attacked pretty easily. But right now, this is... Okay, there you go. He drops off a couple of lurkers here to harass the mineral line. MC very quickly pulls back on his probes, so it's not going to be that big of an issue. He has an observer here. He has the Dragoons here. This was a pretty good save. Oh, God, until... No. 7 kills. Okay, that could have been much worse. If he had targeted everything, that could have been 20 kills easily. Oh, this is why he did not. Another drop into the main base, and it gets 18 kills total. Holy crap. MC on 18 workers only. Cannot be happy about that. His economy absolutely destroyed by the double lurker drop here of HyuN. And now with a containment plus continued drops... I don't know how you're supposed to win this game as MC. I think he's a bit screwed at this point. Can't warp in units down here, unfortunately. You know, the Hydras drop out. They're going to kill those photon cannons in a matter of seconds. You know, the Zealots can come up and help out. The Dragoon will be just destroyed. But GG is called. And HyuN takes out MC.